Yes, good morning. Shall we begin the session? Yes, today's topic is the project selection. In the last class, we have finished with the project or the SDLC steps. Now, what are the various steps that is followed for the project selection? All right. So these are the few topics of this chapter, that is the project selection. First is the objectives. In the objective, there is an introduction. Sorry, after the objective, there is an introduction. Then after the introduction, there is the sources of project request. For the various sources that is available for the project request, that includes a departmental manager, that includes a senior executives, that includes a system analyst, outside group. Then introduction is over, sources of the project request is over, then determining the user's information request. What is the user information request that is available within the data, that is used within the data. Then strategies for determining information request. What are the various strategies that is used for determining the information request? Then getting the information from the existing information system. What are the various information that is existing information system? That means that is already available within the information system, that is known as the existing information system. Then after this, there is a prototype, that is how to generate the prototype. That includes, yes, that is a dummy model that is available with the project review and the design for the project review and the selection. That includes, first one is steering committee method, then information system committee method, then user group committee method, other method. So these are the four methods that is used for managing the project review and the selection. So one is a steering committee method, then information system committee method, user group committee method, other method that is available within this group. After this, there is a preliminary investigation. So first part is the prototype that is available for this one. Next is the preliminary investigation that includes the scope of the study, that includes how to conduct the investigation. That means reviewing the organization methods, organization documents, then conducting the interviews, how to conduct the interviews, what are the various facilities that is available for conducting the interview. Then next is testing the project feasibility. What are the various project feasibility criteria that is available. The next one is the operational feasibility. Operational feasibility in the sense, what are the various concepts that is used, or how the function operates, or how the term, or the how the we can say the production operates in this. That is the operational feasibility, whether the ongoing activity is operational or not. Then the next one is the technical feasibility. If the techniques are available or not to send out the data, to send out the location. Then handling the infeasible project, how to handle the infeasible project that is available within the data, that is used within the data. Then next is summary and the questions. Now, what are the various objectives for this one? So how the project selection will be done initially? This is one of the objectives. That means what are the various sources that is available for the project selection that is used. That means what are the various project requests within and outside the organization. This is the first part. The next one is how the user information is gathered and what are the various strategies to gather that information. That means what are the various ways by which the information is gathered and what are the various strategies. That means we can say what are the various methods to gather the information. Then how much the information is gathered, or how the information gathered from the existing system, or what are the various tools, what are the various techniques that is available to gather the information from the existing system. Then how the project selection and the review will be done by the different committees, how it is done by the different committees. Then how preliminary investigation and interview will be conducted. So how the investigation and the interview will be conducted online. Then what are the various different types of feasibility that will be done, that include the technical, that includes the architecture, that includes the operational, whatever the feasibility that is used within the data, that is used or available within the data. Now, the first step or the introduction in this one is the identification of a need. What is the need that is used, or we can say what is the requirement of this, that is the identification of a need. This is a user's request to change, improve, or enhance an existing system, and because there's likely to be a stream of such requests, standard procedures must be established, standard rules and regulation must be established to deal with them. And the main objective of the project selection would mean criteria is to determine whether the request is valid and feasible before a recommendation is reached. So whether the request is feasible or the valid, or it is doing nothing. That means it is doing nothing means there is no improvement, there is no nothing. We can say improve, modify the existing system or the build one. That means we have to judge whether to build with the new system or go with the current system. And the user's request form should specify the following. First is a user, that is the assigned title of the work requested. Then the nature of the work requested. What is the nature of the work that is requested over here? The next one is the problem definition. What is the problem definition that is used? Then date request was submitted. On which date the request was submitted. Then date job, that is what is the date when the job should be completed. Then the job objectives. After the job objectives, what are the various expected benefits to be derived from the proposed change? What are the various expected benefits that is available? Then input/output description, that includes the quantity and the frequency of the input and the output of the proposed change. Then next one is a requester's signature, title, department, and so on. Then signature, department of the person approving the request. So these are the various user request form that should specify the following, that should request, that identifies the need for a change and authorizes the initial investigation. It also undergoes several modifications before it becomes final, and the success of a system depends largely on how accurately a problem will be resolved, or how accurately we can say how accurately will problem that is resolved over here. Now, next is what are the various sources of project request. Next is what are the various sources of the project planning or the project request. There are four primary sources of the project request. The requesters inside the organization are the department managers, senior executives, system analysts. So these are the various requests that is used or that is available inside the organization. That may be a department manager, that may be a senior executives, that may be a system analyst. And in addition to this, government agencies outside the organization may also request the information system project. That means they are requesting the information system project that is available within the organization or outside the organization. And depending on the reason of the request and the reason, the requester may seek either completely the new application or the changes in the existing one. The next one is the departmental managers. Frequently the persons who deal with the day-to-day activity, whether employee or the manager, are looking for the assistant within their department. For example, when we say about the business manager in a large medical clinic supervises the preparation of a patient claim form submitted to the insurance companies, which reimburses the clinic for the medical use. So that it reimburses the clinic for the medical use. Whenever it is showing the reinstallment, whenever it is showing the dissatisfied with the amount of the time that staff spent or devoted to the task. Especially when the insurance was informed, or when the information the patient name, address, and so Now next is the department manager that frequently see the day-to-day activities, that is known as the department or the business activity, day-to-day business activity that is carried out, whether employees or the manager are looking for the assistant within their department. For example, a business manager in a large medical clinic supervises the preparation of the patient claim form submitted to insurance companies, which reimburse the clinic for the medical care. And even though the business manager also knows that preparing insurance claim is necessary to aid the patient, and also ensure that the clinic is reimbursed, he or she may be dissatisfied with the amount of the time required and the staff devote to the task, especially when the much insurance information is required is already available in the patient's record. And pointing out the duplication of the work, the storekeeper or the bookkeeper expresses their desire to be free of the clerical task that is involved in the processing claims. And after discussing the insurance problem with the admin, In the other clinic, the business manager asks the clinic management preparing insurance form and also maintaining the patient's record about the insurance method. So whatever the insurance payment method that is available, so that insurance payment will be available within the data will available within the task. So after discussing each and every method, so that is used with the admin, the business manager asks the clinic management preparing insurance forms and also maintains the patient records about the insurance method. And this is the example of the cases when the managers ask for the same result of the system projects and the ongoing activity needs improvement either to solve a problem, that is either taking out the many errors, excessive cost, or the inconsistent work, or to improve the efficiency of the job. Then department manager also rectify or requesting a system project that also consider the interaction between the data, that also consider the interaction between the firm that is required for the interaction. For example, when we say about the inventory forecasting system for ordering materials and also supplies, may be looking primarily at ways to eliminate out of the stock conditions. That means yet on the organization we can also serve, we can also use what are the various concept that is used for the available project. And the point here is that the project request submitted by the department may be used by the department head, by the department managers, that is used with the specific department. And there is a project that is using for the specific. The next one is the senior executives. These are the president, board of the directors, board chairman, vice presidents usually have a more information about the organization that is not available to the department managers. And the information coupled with the broader category with the broader concept that is used, so that concept is also available within the data, that is coupled with the broad category, that is coupled with the broad responsibility these executives assume. So what are the various executives that is assumed over here? For example, when you say about the vice president for manufacturing whose note that an additional production will be carried out, will be done, that enables the management, so that enables the management to done at the passport or the including the material for both the plant that is available for this one. And this project also spans the different departments, several departments that includes the manufacturing, inventory control, purchasing at the two location, and also involves many other managers that is involved in the project, that is involved in the criteria of the project. And the project requests submitted by the senior executive are generally broader in the scope than those prepared by the department manager. So whosoever the department manager that is available, so this department manager will be available to involve many other managers also. And the project request submitted by this one by the senior executive that is also available or broader in the category that is used over here, that is used by the department manager. And consider how many departments, how many criteria that will be fulfilled. So these criteria will be fulfilled by including the scope of the project, by including the material that is available within the project. And multi-department projects are also online or also more difficult to manage. The next one is system analyst, who is a system analyst that sees the area where the project should be developed and either with write a system proposal themselves or increase a management to allow the writing of the proposal on their behalf. For example, the analyst who sees that the university course registration procedure is slow, error prone, that normally depend on the manager that is available for the data, that is used with the data, that is we can say the consider with the data. Now next is the outside group that is available, then determining the user information system, that is what are the users information system that is already available, that is used within the organization, that is considered to be the system analyst information rather than the more general procedure. So that is used with the more general procedure, that is used with the more general data. That is interaction between the analyst and the user usually leads to an agreement about what information is needed, what information will be provided by the candidate system that are very difficult to manage, they are very difficult to handle. So these are the various information that is difficult to manage or difficult to enter, and based on the contesting object views, user can design their information in the same way. Then strategies for determining the information system. These are various strategies. Then getting the information from the existing information system. Next one is the prototyping that I'm going to cover within the next class, that is the tomorrow's class, because these prototyping will be used to cover the desired outcome that will be available within the organization for the system analysis in the design, and that will be very useful for the data, for that will be very useful for the concerned department